Welcome to Gankra. The Zenkethi operating in multiple locations within the system. Command has identified 3 enemy operations within these areas. The blockade arrays are online. Keep them active to stop the Zenkethi from escaping.
Warning, ship is under attack.
The Zenkethi are trying to disengage. Our forces are inbound to hold the area. Fight off the incoming Zenkethi ships to keep control of the area.
Warning, ship is under attack. Warning, ship is under attack.
We have taken the Zenkethi facilities. Reinforcements are inbound. Fight off the incoming Zenkethi ships to keep control of the area.
Warning, ship is under attack. Four shields failing.
Hey, hey.
Target's shields have failed.
Is anybody alive out there?
Four shields failing. Hull integrity below 75%. Right shields failing.
Black Hydra.
Oh, there you are.
Okay. Alright, so, how much of my story did you hear?
Absolutely none of it.
Target's
Okay,
shields have
basically, don't go recovering plebs, signs out of like the front yard of people's trash in Pueblo, basically. They don't like that.
Ooh. Okay.
Target's shields
I gotta
have
hear
failed.
this. What happened?
Okay, basically there's a house a couple blocks from me, and by the trash easement where you set out their trash, they've got some road signs. And like they got like a stop sign, they got like a keep right and other signs. And I was gonna go recover them. And 15
Yes.
pounds of spaghetti hair in a 5-pound bowl comes chasing me out the front door of his house. Kind of look like Derek Savage almost from Cool Cat Saves the Kids.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Target's shields have failed.
So, moral of the story is, don't go fucking through other people's wreckage. Hence the title card. Hence the title of the show. Yeah, like I said, I go on Trek Core and I find a title card that kind of fits my mood. And today, a screen cap from Miri kind of fit my mood.
This is Kathy overwhelming our forces. We must hold the line.
Oh, I was thinking about this today.
Target's shields
Ah.
have failed.
And they did a study on it a long time ago. Do you think the social norms of today and everything else is going to end up the exact same social norms as, let's say, the movie where America is stupid, Idiocracy.
Idiocracy? It won't get that far, put it that way. It'll never get to the point where, we're saying, welcome to Costco, fuck you, It'll never get that point. But America runs on kind of a biorhythm cycle, for lack of a better definition. And it goes up and down according to a curve on that. And right now it just so happens that, everybody wants to get their freak flag flying on. Get your freak on, get your beak on. But
Target's shields have failed.
eventually there will come a returning of like a quieter life, basically. Not necessarily the life from the 1950s, but, just not so much, people just are respectful, they leave each other alone, and you're not in your face about everything like they were 50 years earlier. Does it really make a difference whether SpongeBob SquarePants is gay or not? I don't think it does.
I don't think it does either, but
Target's shields have
a
failed.
lot of people want to know. I was also thinking about this today. Do you think Gary Coleman, great actor, do you think he was in The Wizard of Oz as a Munchkin?
The Wiz, yeah, he was in The Wiz, yeah. The 1978 musical reboot, yes.
All right, that's good. Now, here's the second part of that. People are getting so uptight about everything else. Okay, you got Gary Coleman. He's vertically challenged. He's African American. Now we have to find someone who's vertically challenged, African American, and a transvestite. Then we got the trifecta.
I don't know. Did you ever see the Sam Raimi Oz movie, which was like the prequel to The Wizard of Oz?
I think I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen that a long time.
Yeah.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
So there's not going to be a
Target shields
shortage of
have failed.
African American, you know, well, shortage pun intended, um, of height challenged actors and actresses in that genre. So,
Yeah, I'm not saying anything about height challenging. Also, you
Hmm.
know,
Left shield
taken.
failed.
I'm just saying how people view things. You know, how they hate everything. Okay, you're short, you're African American, and you're a transvestite. Kill it. It should not live.
Target's shields have failed.
I think there's a line. Do you remember watching a show on Comedy Central after it was done on ABC called The Critic? John Lovitz was the voice of the critic. Jay
Yes,
Sherman.
love it,
Yeah,
love it.
his his blue blood parents uh, are like so rich but so utterly stupid, and his dad was running for president, and he says something to the effect of, as the first black female lesbian head of the Ku Klux Klan, I'd like to say America stinks.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
No, I mean, there's a couple movies out there where it just really
Target's
punches
shields have
home
failed.
how stupid America can and probably is. I mean, have you ever seen the movie Pentagon Wars?
I think so, yes, where they're fighting about the Bradley vehicle and what a piece of shit it is, but they're contracted to the company that's making the Bradley, so they can't do anything to
Target's
fuck it up.
shields have failed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Taken, and that's a true story.
Yeah.
I mean, you are, you go through all this and you know that you find out through
Left
everything
shield
else
failing.
that it's a piece of shit. Why are you gonna continue producing
Target's
that
shields
vehicle?
have failed.
Because
We have
it
taken to Zinkethy
because
facilities.
it's
Reinforcements are
at that
inbound.
time it was meaning jobs. Even if it was building something that was a piece of shit, people were employed building that piece of shit, according to the government. If you suddenly took all those people and just said, hey, we're not building this piece of shit anymore, go home, and oh, you're fired, that hurts more. So there was a kind of a weird bottom line that they were trying to keep. They were trying to keep people employed, basically, so that the supply chains didn't crumble,
Fight
so
off the
that
incoming Zinkethy ships
people wouldn't
keep
have
control
to
of the area.
go looking for work elsewhere.
Warning.
So
Ship is
there's a
under
weird
attack.
logic to it, and it's not
Hey,
necessarily the right logic.
my takeaway from that is, okay, well, if it's American made, then it's a piece of shit, right?
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Not everything American made is a piece of shit. Nuclear weapons, for
Warning. Ship is
instance.
under attack.
American made nukes are never pieces of shit.
Target's shields have failed.
Well, I mean, besides
Yeah,
besides nuclear weapons.
Oh yeah. Well, cream pies. I know we make cream pies better than anybody. Little It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia reference there.
Target's shields
Yeah,
have failed.
I think the Japanese have us beat on that.
Reinforcements are
They've been
inbound.
doing that for centuries. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, taking
Warning.
when
Ship is under
exactly
attack.
what Chris Rock said in the this Comedy Central
Get close to
thing.
asteroids and tow them
Bigger,
away from the
blacker,
enemy
and
launch facility.
something else. I can't remember the whole thing. But he says you can make a Cadillac, you can make a space shuttle that can withstand 150 million degrees,
Mm-hmm.
but you can't make a Cadillac where the bumper don't fall off.
Oh yeah, that's just fucked up design engineering right there. Because at that point, GM don't fucking care anymore whether the bumper falls off or not.
Right shield's failing.
Really, and that does make sense. It's like, you can do all these great things, but, when it comes down to the basic consumer, it's like, okay, we're just going to hand you this dollar store piece of shit, that ain't going to last you but a week and you'll have to buy another one.
Shields have failed.
Yeah, it guarantees that they're going to come back into the dealership to get the shit repaired. Planned obsolescence, it's called. Now, that's one thing. You were talking about bringing, like, Star Trek ships into a real world type situation. Those ships are gonna have to be durable, as in they're gonna have to last at least 200 years to get their money's worth out of them.
Well, I wasn't talking about that. I was saying, okay, let's put it to you another way. You go to sleep tonight.
Yeah.
You wake up tomorrow
Listen,
and
Kathy,
you're
have delivered an asteroid to their
in the
facilities.
game. You have everything in your inventory. You
Yeah.
have, you have all your skills. You have all your ships and you have all your crews. But you're in this universe.
I'm in the universe where Donald Trump basically got trolled by Hillary Clinton into becoming president.
Pretty much.
Slingshot maneuver around the sun, go back to 2016. Make sure Bernie's the nominee.
Shields failing.
Listen, Kathy, have delivered an asteroid to their facilities.
Would you use the Annex Science cruiser?
Target's
No,
The,
you could. Yeah, you could, I guess.
I mean, you'd have all this advanced technology and everything else. And that also brings up another question, that was posed in
Allies
Star
have
Trek
cleared-
a long
allies
time
have
ago.
cleared an asteroid
Is
for the
it
field.
right shield's
Feasible to upgrade a society with technology straight out the
No, because then you're running into some Chariots of the Gods type shit right there. Because any
failing. Target's shield.
primitive society that has contact with an advanced one is invariably going to be absorbed by that advanced society. So, let's say that humans were to make first contact with, some alien race that could, give us all kinds of free stuff, free energy, free food, free clothing, free shelter, everything. And that changes everything on this planet at that point, because capitalism is no longer needed, communism is no longer needed. Kind of a weird, kind of like To Serve Man type situation. To Serve Man, the musical. It's a cookbook. It's a cookbook.
right.
Yeah.
But kind of what happened in the movie First Contact, in the Star Trek
Target's
universe,
shields have failed.
when the humans.
Oh, that was
first
one
met
of
the
those
Vulcans.
kind of like meant to be kind of things, you know what I mean? It's kind of like they're ripping off Back to the Future, even though it was 6 years after the last movie. I mean, I like it. First Contact is definitely one of the best of the TNG movies.
Yeah.
Let's face it, it
And-
is the only good TNG movie. Everyone else, everything else in that
Right shield's
sucks.
failing.
Generations is kind of okay, but it just tries too hard to just mash two universes into each other. Like, the Reese's and it's the Reese's peanut butter cup of Star Trek movies, you know what I mean? You got
Yeah.
Captain Kirk in my Captain Picard movie. No, you got Captain Picard in my Captain Kirk movie.
Well, even before, even before Back to the Future came out, Star Trek 4: The Voyage Home they
Four
did the
shields
whole
failing.
Back to the Future
Four
thing too.
shields failing.
Here's something to think about.
Left shields failing.
The whale song
Integrity
probe
below
that
75.
was
Cell integrity below
wreaking
50%.
havoc on Earth. What if that's Zindi Aquatic?
You know, they've really never expunged more onto that.
But it makes perfect sense that that would be a Zindi Aquatic probe, that they're trying to reach out to the whales.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you know, did the whales evolve
Target's
into
shields
going
have
to
failed.
space
Allies have cleared
long
an
before
asteroid from the
humans?
field.
there's a game by Sid Meier, the guy who makes like the Sim City games. No, I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
SimCity Civilization.
Yeah. And it's like where you can like pick species on Earth and then you have to like monolith them, and you monolith them and it evolves them into like
have delivered an asteroid to their
into like a
facilities.
higher form of life.
Yeah,
Right shields failing.
I remember playing that game.
It's like the challenge is, evolving a culture that's entirely underwater and has no way of harnessing
Rear
fire.
shields failing. Target's shields have failed.
Right?
Yeah.
The Zinkethi have delivered an asteroid to their facilities.
Yeah, I mean, it's just weird to think about that. You know, whales walking on land, which we technically had with the brontosaurus. Land whales.
hmm
Target's shields have failed.
Oh, I see plenty of land whales, especially one on YouTube called Amberlyn Reed.
Yeah, walk into any Costco. There's one. There's one. There's one. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Index. It's a right. It's a privilege, not a right.
Target's shields have failed.
But yeah, giving advanced technology. It's like, okay, Star Trek
Zinkethi have
4,
delivered an
The
asteroid to
Voyage
their
Home,
facilities.
when Scotty was trying
Oh yeah,
So-
when he bartered transparent aluminum for some sheets of plexiglass, yes.
Yeah.
And that makes you think, well, he's obviously some kind of temporal agent. Because nobody was there to stop him. You don't exactly see, what's his name, from the 29th century, coming down saying, oh, no, you can't give them that. That's advanced technology from the future.
Allies have cleared an asteroid from the field.
well, and then here comes the second part of that. What if the temporal agency wasn't created until later on, and they weren't supposed to go back to that era in human history?
I think the temporal agency has been around for a while longer, probably at least since Archer was made aware of a person named Daniels. So if it might not necessarily have been Starfleet, but somebody's investigating the shit from way back on. Probably Section 31, because it would represent an ultimate threat if the Klingons were to go back in time and to cause the British to win the Revolutionary War. that would fuck things up. So there's a vested interest in protecting, timeline for Earth.
What
Allies
was
have
it
cleared an
in the
asteroid from the field.
original
Ship is under
series
attack.
where they landed on a planet and it was inhabited by alien Nazi Germans?
Patterns of Force.
There you go.
Patterns of Force. Yes. Basically, a Federation scientist was trying to use the good aspects of Nazi Germany to try to rebuild two shattered worlds and ended up fucking the whole thing up.
Yeah, and I mean, they just did so much with time travel. Now, if they re-released the original episodes in their original formats,
Oh, that episode would never be shown. You could never get that episode shown on television anymore.
oh no,
And it's like, yeah, German television, I think, has to run it with like a warning that it contains imagery from like a barbaric time in Germany's history. So, yeah.
but I mean, if they re-released a lot of the older episodes, but with the writer from the next generation, you know, taking you'd have Section 31 or the time police come back
Yeah.
and really change a lot of that. Like that Bridge of Two Worlds where they step through the the city on the edge of tomorrow. How do you think they would react to that nowadays? Or the city on the edge of forever, that episode.
That's kind of different because you're not using the imagery directly. You're just saying that, you're 6 years, before when all this shit's going to happen. So at that point, it just becomes historical reference. So it's not too terrible. I mean, you could probably get away with a clip of, Hitler saying Sieg Heil on Spock's tricorder when he's reviewing, the changed timelines. But that's about it.
Well, I'm mostly thinking, the time police to deal with the episode "The City on the Edge of Forever."
Oh, fuck. Grant Imahara, host of Mythbusters and White Rabbit Project, dies at 49. Oh,
Please,
fuck.
everyone, put F's in chat for.
Yeah, for real. Damn. That's fucked up.
Did you ever play a game called Evil Genius?
No, I didn't really. I haven't really played that much games.
Evil Genius is a good game. It's
Get within 5
and they're
kilometers
coming
of
out
each
with an
station
Evil
to
Genius
reactivate
2 here shortly.
Hmm.
You know, it's like a James Bond spy thing, but instead of you
Watch out!
being the
The
hero,
defense
you're the villain.
satellites are targeting us! This is a car.
Ship is
Son
under
of
Yeah.
a cum.
You build
There
a
you'll
giant
find
base
death
and
before
employ all these
dishonor.
minions and everything else. And
Control station mate. The enemy
you got
is
all
coming.
these traps and
Consider
everything
every
else to
weapon.
deter people away. It's just hilarious, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Those Mokai infiltrators are uploading a virus.
Stay
you know,
within
it
5
was made
kilometers
back
of the
in
station to counter them. Destroy the
1991 or something
infiltrators
like that.
to solve
But
that problem
it's one of them classic
permanently.
games that you could return
Control
to.
Station Gamma has been restored.
It's a base builder, you know, base builder.
Resource management game. Yeah.
No, not necessarily a base building resource. It's kind of like a tower defense,
Oh, okay.
type thing also. Because you got all
Control Station Alpha is under our
these
control
agents
now.
trying to come in to look at all your stuff, and you have to make sure they don't see anything that would get you into more trouble. That, and the other thing. I mean, it's a great game.
Target's shields have failed.
I think you would enjoy it.
Kanye West explored getting his name on ballots in Florida before reportedly bowing out of presidential race.
Target's shields have failed.
Oh, damn. They were trying to have him be the Ralph Nader, or Pat Buchanan, rather, to fuck up the Florida election. Oh, damn.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
Times until we could just say, okay, forget Florida, we're tired of recounting.
Mm-hmm.
Because in election before, we had to recount the ballots how many times? Like 4 to 5 times?
Something like that. Well, it wasn't even anymore about the recount. It was all just trying to keep, W out of the office. And let's face it, the Democrats ran a horrible, horrible campaign that year because they were trying to get Al Gore as president and Hillary as senator, and they divided their resources, and it was clear that they divided too much of their resources, because while they got Hillary in the Senate in New York, which is about the only place that she's electable, they couldn't get Al Gore elected in the rest of the country. And let's face it, there's a lot of recording stars out there who wanted W to win over Al Gore. And a lot of Democrat recording artists who would not support Al Gore. And I think you understand why.
The Mokai will try to...
Who doesn't?
Tipper Gore. Do you really want Tipper Gore being first lady? Fucking telling the recording industry what they can and can't have in their records? Fuck no.
Well, we'd be just like Soviet China.
Mm-hmm.
A transport is leaving the surface.
Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? Hell no.
Germans never bombed.
That's a reference to Animal House. Bluto, John Belushi's character Bluto is trying to rally everybody into fighting the Omegas. And his line is, was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? Hell no. And he's right.
Yeah.
Target's shields have failed.
I don't know. I think my opinion, if the Germans in World War II did things a lot differently, things would have turned out a lot different.
2 more transports just broke atmosphere. Don't let them escape.
right after VE Day, General Leslie Groves, the general in the United States who's in charge of the Manhattan Project,
Warning. Ship is
he
under
receives
attack.
a
Target
coded
shield.
telegram,
Closing on Alpha
and the
and Beta
message
stations.
reads,
Destroy them.
"Mother was never pregnant." And that's all the telegram basically says. Mother was never pregnant.
Picking up 3
And
more
the
transports
code
on
was
sensors.
that
Stop
they
them.
found no evidence that Germany had been trying to develop an atomic weapon. They were trying to develop other wonder weapons, but, atomic weapons just kind of got pushed, to the back burner.
Mokai infiltrators closing on
That's what
all
they were
stations.
saying.
Stop them.
Yeah.
Germany was also trying to go atomic
Target's
weapons
shields
too.
have failed.
This, that, and the other thing.
Warning.
The
Ship is
development of
under attack.
atomic weapons only
Five.
comes about
I
because
repeat, 5
uh,
transports just broke
escaped
open.
scientists
You know what to
basically
do.
put this fear that Nazi Germany was pushing towards developing these wonder weapons.
Well, they probably were at one point,
Warning.
Mm-hmm.
but
Ship is under
after you
attack.
lose so many scientists and,
Target's shields have
pretty
failed.
much shoot yourself in the foot
All
uh,
ships, 8
by
transports
killing
are making a break
everyone
for
that
it. Do
possibly
not let them
has
get
the
away.
knowledge to do that, there's no way they could have done that.
A delivery mechanism would have been nearly impossible for the Germans.
Target's shields have failed.
Exactly. I mean, yes, they probably had ICBMs, but
Short range, well, yeah, mid-range missiles. Yeah, they definitely had the V2 rockets, and
yeah, and they,
they could have definitely fucked shit up for England.
yeah.
Target's
But,
shields have failed.
I mean, they never really fired them. Have they ever really fired them V2 rockets at Russia when they were trying to push?
Oh, Russia was all about like keeping the fucking Russians, from getting into German occupied territory. I mean,
Oh, I'm saying during the Great Push when Germany was trying to push onto Russia and everything. Yeah, they
Ship
made
is under
a
attack.
good push, but they didn't utilize the rockets from the V2 program. They didn't mass produce enough of them,
mm-hmm.
and they didn't just start bombing the hell out of Russia. I think if they would have just started shooting them off at Russia, Russia would have been like, nope.
There's
Warning. Ship
there's
is
a
under
movie
attack.
from HBO. It's one of those alternate universe movies called Fatherland, where it's like 1964 Nazi-controlled Germany, and Hitler is about to celebrate his 75th birthday, and President Joe Kennedy has been invited to attend the ceremony, and
Warning.
a
Ship
bunch
is
of
under
old
attack.
SS officers are being quietly
Target's shields
murdered
have failed.
in the background, and the idea is that they're covering up the Holocaust. So it's like all of the SS officers who were responsible for the Holocaust were being quietly silenced by the German version of the Clinton body count, basically.
Gotcha.
And Miranda Richardson is in it. She plays like an American journalist who is, coming dangerously close to uncovering the secret. I heard a beepity beep.
Well, have you ever seen the show Man in the High Castle?
I've heard of it, yes.
It's a decent show. The premise is pretty good, time traveling videotapes, this other stuff. shares alternate
Looks like we
worlds,
destroyed
and
them.
this, that, and the other thing. The premise is good. But during the whole thing, I mean, there was a lot of German Americans, you know, and who were pretty much leaning to their side. But as soon as they started the Holocaust and everything else, and started murdering everyone, they just turned away and said, "Nope, we're not dealing with that."
Warning. Ship is under attack.
All stations have dilithium haulers in proximity.
Rear shields failing. Target's shields have failed.
I don't know if
Beta
Adolf
station has
Hitler
dilithium haulers
had a
within
better
proximity.
stance and a better, way of doing things, I think Nazi Germany could have won,
Right shields failing.
and there would have been a Nazi Germany.
He fired and
Left shield
disgraced
failing.
the soldier who he found to be
All
in possession
stations
of
have
a
dilithium haulers
lamp
in
made
proximity.
out of somebody's human skin. Once he realized that, he's like, you're crazy. Get the fuck out of my army, kind of thing. So
Target's shields have
he
failed.
had
Picking up multiple
some
signals on long-range
level of
sensors.
decency.
Looks like more.
Beta and gamma stations have
Oh,
dilithium
okay,
haulers
so
in
you're gonna
proximity.
fire someone for having a skin man, but you're gonna hundreds of
Dilithium
thousands,
haulers are dropping out
maybe
of
millions
Keep
of
those
people
stations secure.
Integrity
getting
below
thrown into a
75%.
gas chamber every day and just murdered, you know,
All stations have dilithium haulers in
just
proximity.
because of their race or just because they're not the perfect German.
Hitler himself, yeah, he's not exactly someone who you would expect to be leading, Nazi Germany. I mean, he is himself gay, prison gay, that is, um, Jewish by birth. His real name is Schickelgruber, and addicted to crystal meth. That there's a trifecta.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Yeah, but he but what he was doing was he was massacring all these Jews,
Alpha and
massacring
beta stations have
homosexuals,
dilithium haulers in
massacring all
proximity.
these other people. But he was like this himself.
Yeah, that's the hypocrisy of it, is that um,
Alpha station has dilithium haulers within proximity.
I think the best way to put it is he was simply tired of his own people uh, making life hell for the rest of the non-Jewish in Germany.
Alpha and beta stations have dilithium haulers in proximity.
He was a failed artist.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Had no sense of proportion in his artwork. I mean, he's drawing fantastically shaped buildings, and he's drawing people the size
Alpha
of
station has
ants
dilithium haulers within
standing
proximity.
right next to them. So, no sense of proportion.
Oh, I don't know about you, but if I stood next to him, my damn self.
All ships, withdraw!
But
It is what it is. What else is going on in the world tonight? Benjamin Keogh, son of Lisa Marie Presley and grandson of Elvis, Died by suicide at 27, autopsy confirms.
Did he die on a toilet with a hot dog in his mouth?
I don't know.
Because I know the whole story. Elvis died of a heart attack. Was it
Yeah.
on the toilet? He died of a heart attack on the toilet, and he had what, a chicken wing in his mouth or something.
Mm-hmm.
He had a bucket of KFC.
Oh, yeah.
Now, major question: original or extra crispy?
Original. Always original. Reason being, you can get extra crispy chicken at Popeyes. Why the fuck would you want to go to KFC for extra crispy that you can get at Popeyes? Let's see, I got two.
That chicken at Popeyes.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm not big on Popeyes chicken. I mean,
my roommate can't eat it because of the paprika that they use in it, and it causes a horrible allergic reaction.
don't get me wrong, it's good at times, but I don't feel Popeyes chicken. I'd rather have KFC or Royal Farms.
Mm-hmm.
Royal Farms over KFC, if you ask me, personally.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you got Royal Farms out there?
No. But we have, what is that? It's the kind it's that really extra crispy, Broasters chicken. It's like an extra crispy chicken that they have at some gas stations.
Yeah, but I'd rather have Royal Farms chicken because, they just do it right. It's not too battered, it's not too thick on the crust, it's not too
The
heavy
invasion of
battered,
Kronos has
and
begun,
if you get it
but
at
we
just the
will
right
not fall.
time,
Mm-hmm.
it's still nice and tender on the inside and juicy and ooh.
Now, have you tried KFC's Beyond Chicken yet?
Is that vegetarian chicken?
Plant-based. It's
Yeah.
not. I'm gonna give it a fair shot. I haven't tried it yet. I'll give it a fair shot. If it's good, I'll do a review video of it. If it's bad, I'll do a review video of it. Either way, I'm doing a review video of it.
Now, I am definitely not having that Beyond Whopper from Burger King.
I've had it. It's not that bad.
Warning.
The Beyond Whopper, as long as you get it plain. Plain with just cheese only on it, it really isn't that bad. I didn't even notice a difference between it and a regular Whopper, to be honest.
Target's shields have failed.
So,
Well,
I don't think I'm gonna eat it like every day because it's like, $7 a burger. I'll wait till the cost of that
Herald
comes down.
reinforcements are inbound.
I heard the Beyond Whopper has more calories and is worse for your health than just a regular Whopper.
Yeah, because it's made out of like apples and potatoes and whatnot. Yeah.
You know, which I like apples and potatoes and that. You know,
Target's shields have failed.
I kind of like that sweet acidity from an apple or a pear
Mm-hmm.
or even pineapples.
I like strong acidity from
Right shield
lemons and
failing.
limes.
Ooh.
I'm the oddball kid. I'd eat lemons as a kid. I still will eat lemons.
Just straight out, just
Yeah.
slice it in half and just start
Just
going to town.
just peel it and just start chomping away on it. Yeah.
Oh.
All right, I got a phaser beam
Hull
array,
integrity below 50%.
marked blue level, accuracy, critical damage, and a need
Nice.
for need and
Hull
greed.
integrity below 75%.
That'll shark well in the exchange.
I mean, I love me real
Target's
a real
shields have failed.
hefty lemonade.
Yeah.
I mean, if you put 50 lemons in that lemonade
The
and
starbase
just
is secure.
a half of a little bit of water, I'm fine with that. Especially if you got a sore throat, that's the best thing to have. A lemonade
Warning.
with a
Ship
ton of
is under
lemon
attack.
juice.
Oh yeah.
Target's shields have failed.
I learned that a while ago. Oh goodness, working at an amusement park, being a barker,
Mm-hmm.
you'll lose your voice real quick on that.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, step on in, come on in, come on in, come on over.
Was it like Navinar Johnson when he's working at the carnival in the movie The Jerk? You can have everything in this section, but not this section. Basically, anything from the chiclets to the candy.
Kind of, but we did it a little different. We made it into a game within the game.
Mmm.
You know,
The shipyard
we
is
had a
secure.
box of random small stuffed animals that were 50 cents, maybe 75 cents, and
Yeah.
we'd have them stick their arm in the box and pick out a toy.
There you go.
Congratulations, you're a winner! Pick out the box.
Well,
Mom, I don't like this. Who
the,
cares? You want it. Bye.
Shipyard troop transports
the
are
life
beginning
of a
their run
carny.
to the planet.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
Let's see, balloon darts, pool ball. There's bowling, machine guns. Oh,
Those gateways are emitting intense levels of theta radiation. Close them.
Target's shields have failed.
and I tell you, it's a good gig. You know, you get to talk to people, meet people,
mm-hmm.
but the hours are horrible, and the hours are just horrible.
Oh yeah, because you're working like summertime. It's hot as hell, I bet.
Shipyard troop
And
transports are
weekdays you
beginning their
gotta
run to
work
the
it from
planet.
like 5 until
Target's
10,
shields
and
have
then
failed.
weekends you gotta work it from like noon until 10.
What are you, crazy? No. 7 days a week from 7 o'clock in the morning till 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I was going by the old kind of Lions Bluegrass Fair that we had back in Lexington, Kentucky. They would be open on the
troop transports
weekdays
from the starbase
5
are
until
moving
10
toward the
p.m. and
planet.
then
Target's shields
all
have
day
failed.
on the weekends.
no.
No.
Oh no.
You would have loved
County-
to work the Lions Bluegrass Fair then, because it would have been so easy. It'd have been a cakewalk.
Hey, I've had friends who worked fairs and everything else who literally went on the road to all the fairgrounds and everything. And some of them said that it was a good gig. A couple of them said that it was a horrible gig because it also depends on who you're working for. You know, a couple of these places, you know, you're still signing a contract where you're buying those stuffed animals and everything else.
Yeah.
You know, and there's a couple spots
The
where
troop
you can make
transports from the
a good amount of
starbase
money
are
from
moving
it,
toward the planet.
and a couple
Ship is
other
under
spots
attack.
where you ain't
Target's
making
shields
shit.
have failed.
I've talked to a couple people. Hey, how was
The
life
troop
on the road?
transports
Oh,
from
it
the
sucked. I
starbase
only
are
made
moving
200,
toward the planet.
200, $300 from this one turnaround. Like, man.
Target's shields have failed.
The troop transports from the starbase are moving toward the planet.
I mean, you know, don't get me wrong. If them boys, if them boys want to go out there and do their gig on the road and whatnot, that's all well and good. Go for it. More power to you. Me, nah. I don't want to. I don't want to go over the road running around Carney style.
No.
Because at every place you got, at every stop you got to find a place to stay and eat and everything else. You have to find a way to travel there, and
You're
it's
living
just a
off
whole.
of vending machine food,
The
pretty
troop
much.
transports from the starbase are moving toward the planet.
If you're
Target's
lucky.
shields have
Yeah.
failed.
Most of the time, it's carny food.
Ooh. Corn dog soup. Yum, yum. You know, that's something that I'd actually would want to do.
Target's shields
Like,
have failed.
set up like a booth at the fair and sell cup of pizza.
Cup of pizza.
The
Cup
troop transports
of
from
pizza.
the starbase
Yes.
are moving toward
Actually,
the planet.
cup o pizza. It's another reference to the movie The Jerk. But it wasn't necessarily fairground food. Basically, Naven had lucked out and the Cupo Pizza franchise was going out of business, so they just gave him like a whole bunch of Cupo pizzas. But you think about it, and cup of pizza,
Target's shields
I'd
have
try
failed.
that. If it was at like fairground food, I'd definitely try that.
It sounds interesting, but at the same time, it's like, how would it really work? What do you make the cup out of
The
dough
troop
and
transports
then
from the
slop in
starbase
some
are moving toward the
tomato
planet.
sauce and throw some cheese and
From what
pepperoni on top?
it looked like in the movie, it was just a styrofoam cup that just had a generic Cup O Pizza logo to it, kind of thing. So I'm thinking it has to be some kind of doughless pizza. Like it's just basically pizza sauce and cheese and meats and veggies and whatnot. It's just thrown into a cup rather than onto some pizza dough.
Well, I'm just looking at the logistics. If instead of the styrofoam cup, it was made out of the cup was made out of pizza dough,
Mm-hmm.
and then you poured everything into it, and
Mineral
you could
ships
eat the
are
whole
attacking
thing
the
right there.
starbase.
Target's
Yeah,
shields have
I could
failed.
see that. Kind of a bread bowlish. Yeah.
Yeah. I think you'd make a hell of a lot more killing off that instead of everything
Yeah.
little
Generic
little
cups.
Dixie cup.
Yeah.
Got all these Dixie cups just sitting there. Here you go. Take a
Target
shot o'
shields have
pizza.
failed.
Espresso pizza. Pizza with caffeine. Oh, that's a thought. Caffeinated pizza.
Pepsi already tried caffeinated coffee, coffee Coke or coffee Pepsi
Yeah. The AM. Pepsi AM, I remember that.
or
Target's
Pepsi
shields
Colada
have
or something
failed.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
What about the Crystal Pepsi? You remember that one?
Oh, I do remember Crystal Pepsi. And Brad Jones, the cinema snob, loves him some Crystal Pepsi.
I would love for them to come back out with Crystal Pepsi.
It kind of already is out there. You have to look for some kind of weird specialty drink called Not C Cola, NOT dash SEE Cola. And if you say it really fast, it sounds like,
Kyle Cola.
yeah, exactly. They were making that joke themselves, but basically, Not C Cola is exactly the formula for Crystal Pepsi.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
Yeah, weird world we're living in.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. What else is going on in the news? Global crisis surge after fed by developing world U.S. States look to Trump for a national virus plan.
Mm.
I think his virus plan is, oh, just forget about it. It'll go away eventually.
Yeah, there's a
Our
reason
troops
why
have landed.
Chinese people are wearing their masks all the time. It's because the virus can live on all kinds of surfaces and in the air. So they know how serious this shit is.
Yeah, and Trump just doesn't care. And apparently, Farmville is the most addictive farm game in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just waiting for everything, the shit to hit the fan, which it pretty much already has, and the world just to collapse. I'm just waiting for it.
It's coming. I got a good feeling that it's coming.
I mean, we already got a useless leader who doesn't care and never did.
Well, it's more than just a useless leader. It's a useless two-party system. No, I don't want to do Herald Spear. I'm going to do Bug Hunt. That'll get the Iconian task force done. Disney World reopens as coronavirus cases spike in Florida. Yeah.
Not surprised.
Trump says U.S. would have half the number of coronavirus cases if it did half the testing. Pardon me a moment. I have to wipe my glasses at the bullshit that I've just seen.
I'm Lieutenant John Vanderveer, and I'll be your
Wait, you'd
demolitions
have
expert on
only
this trip.
half the cases if you did half
That's
the
his twisted
testing.
logic. He says that Trump says that the U.S. would only have half the number of coronavirus cases if we did half the testing.
So who's going to do the other half?
I don't know. Well, I got a minute here waiting on Bug Hunt. Let's read from CNBC.com. President Donald Trump insisted again Tuesday that the U.S. would have fewer coronavirus cases if it conducted less testing. Oh my goodness.
Wait, wait, hold on. We're doing zero testing.
So
and
we would
got
we would have fewer cases of coronavirus if we did fewer testing for coronavirus. That's some interesting logic that our fearless leader has shown.
And I can't believe that some people still want to vote for him to go back into office.
I'm not exactly thrilled about Biden because Biden has said that he does not like states having legal marijuana. And he's going to do everything in his power and the DEA's power to shut that shit down once he's in office. Obama realized that, states
Fire
had
in
the
the
right
hole!
to do that. And, he was issuing,
Obstacle clear.
memorandums to the Justice Department. It's like, hey, for now, let's just wait and see what happens in these states.
I mean, a couple countries been doing that, and they're running a whole lot better. Amsterdam, and all these others. They have legal marijuana, legal drugs.
For now.
And
For now they do, but not for long, because the Norse Fire Party has taken hold in the Netherlands, and their goal is to kick out the tourists. Their goal is to kick out the legal dispensaries. Oh, great. I'm actually behind all this bullshit. I respawned behind the battle.
Enemy targets on sensors. Flanking damage detected. Personal shield losing power.
Ah, damn it.
Fire in the hole!
if it ain't one thing I said.
Clear to proceed.
Retarded, stupid crap. It's like, oh, well, we're doing all this to bring in tourists and bring in all this extra money, but you guys want to shoot us in the foot, and take away all that extra money and everything else? You want your taxes to go up?
Mm-hmm.
Flanking damage detected. Personal shield losing power.
And that's what will happen. I mean, if you take away all that extra revenue is just going to be taken out of people's taxes. And we're already getting screwed by the government as it is.
Ben Shapiro versus Cenk Unger of the Young Turks. When Cenk is explaining that, oh, the United States had great economic progress when we had a 90% tax rate on everyone. It's like, no, it didn't. That's when people realize they can make this shit better in another country at a cheaper price.
Right? And, I hear constantly, oh, well, Trump is doing a great job. He's making, everyone's got a job and we got this and that and the other thing. And I'm like, really?
Welcome to Pariah. I was stationed on.
I'm like,
Welcome to
come
Pariah.
on, you're really going to sit there and try to say that everything is going just, oh, so peachy, and swell and this, that, and the other. When it's really not.
Great, we bugged out Bug Hunt again.
More bugs, huh?
Yeah, not the good kind. The fuck you up in your game kind.
Somebody get me the raid.
Yeah. Ah.
This episode brought to you in part by Raid.
Raid! Boom.
Raid kills bugs dead.
Yeah. Fuck it, you know what? I'm re-rolling that bitch. Win gold, press Latinum playing Dabo. Oh, perfect. That's perfect. I can end this episode playing Dabo. Alright.
So we're gonna cut it short.
I was complete Bug Hunt, but Bug Hunt bugged. So I just re-rolled it, and now it's just gonna head over to Quarks.
Tomorrow's episode brought to you in part by Raid Shadow Legends.
Yeah. Oh, this is the last episode for the week. Remember, on Friday to Tuesday, so
I know.
I gotta take 2 days off from this shit. After a while, this game gives me a headache.
Why do you think I don't play that often?
Yeah.
I love the game, don't get me wrong, but it just gets monotonous.
It gets to be a grind after a while.
Tell me about it.
Republicans say Biden energy plan will help GOP in Rust Belt states. Dude! Oh.
The stupidity just keeps coming. Let's roll with it, boys!
Yeah.
I told you, we're gonna start turning into idiocracy.
Trump, more white people are killed by cops, and how dare anyone suggest blacks have it bad. Oh, man.
More retarded people doing retarded things.
Daniel Lewis Lee on Tuesday became the first federal prisoner executed in more than 17 years, hours after the Supreme Court ruled 5-4 against a last-minute attempt to halt the execution. Lee, 47, a white supremacist convicted of killing a family of 3 in 1996, was executed by lethal injection at the federal prison in Terre Haute, Indiana, and pronounced dead at 8:07 a.m. according to the Bureau of Prisons. "You're killing an
Now,
innocent man," Lee said with his final words, according to a reporter with the Indianapolis Star who witnessed the execution.
if you're a white supremacist and you killed a family, how can you be considered an innocent man? How is that even possible?
The United States executed an innocent man. Oh my goodness. Whatever will we do?
Not surprised. The United States can kill an innocent person.
Let's win some Latinum. Here we go. Get a nice little view going here of something. Oh, yes. Okay, we're going to play some Dabo now.
Spin the wheel and win. Dabo with Lita is a licensed product of Quark Enterprises. Today must be your lucky day.
There we go. This should be quick.
That's what she said.
Yep, and it was. Got the rare endeavor out of the way.
Nice. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, for watching our show. We hope you enjoyed. Please tune in Friday.
Friday, when we'll have some more shit that we'll just shovel right in Susan Wojcicki's face. Is it Wojcicki or Wojcicki? Ah, whoever. Who cares? Susan.
Right?
Susan the Floosin. Nah, it's actually a reference to something else, but, you know, that Susie the Floozy's actually pretty good, so I don't want to slur her name. So, meantime.
And don't forget to use Allergy Soaps for a happy bite.
Yes, I forgot to mention, this episode is brought to you by TriologySoaps.com. Please visit Triology Soaps webpage and purchase some fine handcrafted soaps. Journalist Zaid Jilani responds to controversy over letter warning of restriction of debate. Journalist Zaid Jilani responded Monday to the controversy over the letter he signed that was published on the Harper's Magazine website warning about the restriction of debate in society. In last week's letter, Jilani joined more than 100 signatories, including cognitive scientist oh God, they butchered the spelling, Noam Chomsky and Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling, who cautioned that the free exchange of information and ideas is daily becoming more constricted. I don't think you should face retaliation for disagreeing about this. That's kind of the point in why we signed that letter in the first place. The counter letter, entitled A More Specific Letter on Justice and Open Debate, says the signatories on the Harper's letter member. Oh, God. Head hurting now already. I gotta beam to Starfleet Academy.
I told you we're gonna start. You
Yeah,
know, the U.S. is gonna start turning being fascist. You know, we're not gonna have any say or anything else. We're just gonna have to follow the rules and do what I say. Don't think, and that's gonna be our world.
don't say anything that pisses off our Muslim overlords, basically.
Well,
Yeah,
communists. Our communist China
communist
over.
is dead. Communism is dead as a red herring. But it's, anyway. Let's play what's in the box. And 310,000 or 310 million credits. Probably going to have 350,000 credits in these boxes. There's my reroll token back. 100,000 credits, 4,000 to lithium. All right. Sitting on 240,000 refined dilithium. This has been quite the interesting 83 minutes.
Right?
Yeah. What more can you say about this then? So, grant him
Yeah.
Ahara dying. Damn, I'm pressing F again in chat. Damn, that's fucked up. I guess the universe demanded that one 49-year-old jackass die today, and I rolled critical success on my luck roll, and Grant rolled critical failure. Damn shame. Anyways.
Sometimes it happens like that.
Yeah. Reaper comes for us all eventually. That's why picking through wreckage is going to be hazardous to your health. That's why I'm issuing out this warning about that. Don't go picking through other people's shit in Pueblo. So,
And for our outro song, we have "Don't Fear the Reaper."
no. I can't take a copyright strike from BOC. I love them. That's why I respect them. I can't take a copyright strike from them. But meantime, thank you all for watching KSR Fans Play Star Trek Online. I have been your host, Randolph Vance. Thank you again to Black Hydra Gaming for being co-host. And we will see you again on